In this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to put together this cute little Winter Wonderland home sign with the little robin. This is one of my craft kits that I have available on my website, so I'm going to show you guys how to put this one together. Before we start with that, let me show you what you receive in your craft kit. So you will receive all the vinyls, and I've already got the transfer tape attached for you. So these two will go onto the little bottom rectangular piece. And then for the big oval piece, which will be the main feature, we've got the little quote already attached to some transfer vinyl for you. Robins appear when loved ones are near. And then as part of the design, you'll get the little robin wood piece. And then to color it in, I've included a little paintbrush for you and some acrylic paint. So you've got your orange, your brown and your white paint included. These will be just enough to color in the little birdie, and then I've also given you a dot of black paint, and then the most important part, some clear stuff. I'm also including the little rope for you to put the whole piece together. And then last but definitely not least, we've got the glitters. So in the glitters you have all three the different colors. So you've got the rustic orange, penny and the Guinevere white. Then for some extra items, you also need a LED light. I recommend the Sun brand. It is the best brand out there and I highly recommend it. I'll link this one down below for you guys as well. So to start the assembly, you're going to start with the acrylic blanks. So your acrylic blanks will always have a protective layer on both sides of them. So what we want to do is remove the protective film from one of the sides. So do that on both pieces. So the big oval gets a bit sticky. So if you pull it off, just keep hold of it tight to get that off. The reason why we leave the protective film on the other side is while we paint this back side, it will keep the front side nice and clean so that we can adhere the vinyl to a nice clean surface. So once we have both of those off, we're going to go in straight with our clear stuff. And this bottle has like a really fine nozzle, which makes it very useful when you do smaller projects. But when it's a big project like this, it's a bit tedious to squeeze it out. So if you want to, you can just remove the little nozzle and just pour it out onto the blank. It just makes it quicker and easier for you to get it on rather than like me squeezing it forever to get some on. Because the thing is, I want to make sure that I get enough clear stuff on. You will definitely have enough in your little bottle, so you don't have to worry that you're going to run out. But make sure that you get enough. You can always add some extra on. Then with your trusty brush, just go and spread it all the way to the edges. I sped this up for you because you don't want to see me paint here. And then you can see I am adding a little bit more because I didn't have enough. But now that I've got a nice even spread, I can move on to the little rectangular piece and do the exact same thing on this piece. Now that we have those two pieces ready, we're going to add the glitter. So grab your little baggie and just use that front label to create a little scoop. It makes it easier for you to sprinkle the glitter on. If I can just pop mine outwards and then just do a really thin layer of glitter. You don't need to have a lot of glitter on here. I just need to fix the front there. So you don't need to have a lot of glitter on. Just a very thin sprinkling will be enough. There's enough glitter in your little packet, so don't get worried about running out either. You can also put a sheet of paper underneath to capture the extra glitter that obviously falls off to the side. So just do a thin layer onto both of those pieces. And then we're going to get ready to cure those. So once you have got your layer on, we're going to get the LED light ready. And then for the bigger piece, we're going to do the bigger piece in two sections. So move your smaller piece out of the way and switch your big one on 60 seconds on the one side. And then once that is done, you're going to take the light, turn it around, and let's just get this sorted. I just needed to plug it out so I can get it around this side. There we go. And then 60 seconds on the other side. And once that is done, then we can take that one out. That one is done. And then we do the exact same with the rectangular piece. Now we have both of our pieces done on the back, so we can go and do the front of these. You can dust these off just to get the extra glitter away. So we're going to start with the bottom piece and we're going to reveal the back basically. So we're pulling the protective layer off the front piece and you can see that nice glittery effect. So it gives like a little snowy effect. So now we're going to put the home, welcome to our home, in the middle, and then we're going to put the snowflakes on the sides. I just eyeball this, guys, I don't measure it out. So now we're going to remove the vinyl from the backing or the carrier sheet. So with your transfer vinyl, you want to pull that away. And I'm just going to show you guys here, if it does get sticky, all you need to do is just pinch it together so that the vinyl can stay to the sticky sheet, and just go right around and just pinch and get that removed from the backing sheet. Doing the last little bit there. And now all of my vinyl is on the little transfer sheet, and now I'm just going to eyeball it because I want it to be in the center but underneath the little holes. So just eyeballing it there, and once I'm happy, I'm just popping it down. And the tool that I use here is actually I think it's a wallpaper applicator, because I wanted something with a softer edge, but you can use a credit card or loyalty card or anything like that. Then just pull away your transfer tape slowly, and that will leave the vinyl onto your acrylic piece. Now we're just going to do the exact same process for the snowflakes as well, and they're just going to go on the edges. So just remove the, you can see it better with this one because the backing sheet is a matte color, and leaving those snowflakes on the transfer sheet. And then I'm just going to go, normally you can cut them in half to do them, but you know, trained eye, so I'm just going to do it in one go, just making sure that second snowflake doesn't touch the acrylic piece, and just pulling back the transfer tape. You can see how slowly I go, and then putting the snowflake on the other side as well. And that is one of the two pieces done and dusted. I do think it looks kind of cute, and with that snowy background effect, or I suppose it could be a frosted effect as well. Next we're going to move on to our little robin piece, and we're going to color this little guy in now with the acrylic paints, and we're going to do the front, and you can do the back if you want to as well. Now to color in this little guy, grab your acrylic paint from your kit and your little paintbrush that I included, and we're just going to paint on straight or directly onto this little dude. We're going in with the brown first, and we're going to paint right up to the lines, just like you would do in a coloring book. So I'm not painting the wing because I'm going to use glitter on the wing. So if you don't want to use glitter on your wing, you can go ahead and paint that little wing as well. Just rinse your brush out with some water, normal water, because it's just acrylic paint that we're using, and just dry off your brush. And then we're going to go into the orange, and we're going to paint his little chest. And same concept, guys, just color in like you would do in a coloring book. Now that his little chest is done, rinse off your brush, and then we're going to do his little tummy. So we're going to go in straight with the white and paint his tummy. Now that that's done, all that's left to do is put the black in. So I've included some black paint for you as well. So just use the brush and then just paint the little beak and the little eye with the black. Now all we need to do is let him dry. So I'm just going to use my heat gun to dry this little guy out so we can move on to the next step. Now that he's all dried out, you know what I mean, just make sure that he is dry, and then we're going to go in with the clear stuff on the wing. So we're going to add the glitter to the wing now. So just pour on your clear stuff directly onto the wood, and then just use your trusty brush and move that clear stuff right to the edges. You want to be careful not to get it anywhere else, because wherever the clear stuff goes is where your glitter is going to go as well. So grab your penny glitter, and before we sprinkle that, we're going to pop the robin onto a piece of paper, and then also just close your acrylic paints, because you don't want to accidentally sprinkle in some glitter into your paints. And now we can sprinkle on our glitter. So use that label as a little scoop again, and then just sprinkle some glitter onto his little wing, making sure it's a thin layer. Don't do a thick layer onto his little wing. For best results, let it stand for a minute before you cure it. I normally check and make sure that the glitter stops moving around, so that is my cue that it's ready to be cured. So shake off any of the extra glitter that's on it, and then we're going to pop it under the light. Now I can see that I went in with too much glitter on the edge, so you can see over there where it looks rough, that's too much glitter, and then the centerpiece that's actually what you want to see. But I think this is going to look quite cute. It's creating like a 3D effect, so I'm going to leave this one. If you wanted to fix that, you'll have to cure it and then go with clear stuff and glitter over the top of that again, but I'm going to leave this one like that. So grab your UV or LED light, and then we're going to cure this little guy, and we're going to do it for 60 seconds, and it will more likely need more than one curing. So I'm going to show you guys how to test whether you need to do another set of curing. If all else fails, just do another one. It's not going to harm it at all. You can overdo it, it won't harm it. To test it, just press your nail in. So if you can see, when pressing in over here, you can see it makes like a little indent. But we're going to cure this for another one. So seeing as we're going to paint the chest, it's going to cure that anyway. So I'm going to paint the chest, and then that curing session will basically count as a second one for the wing. So to do the chest, we're going to go in with the clear stuff again and pop that on, and just move it with a trusty brush all the way to the edges. Just make sure that you don't go over his little eye at this stage. And now we're ready to add our glitter. So grab your orange glitter from your kit and open your baggie and get that ready. And then I spotted a piece that I didn't get quite to the edge, so I'm just doing a little touch up there. And then I'm just going to grab a piece of paper again, put that under our little birdie, and grab my glitter, and then I'm just going to sprinkle a thin layer onto his little chest as well. So because we have the orange paint underneath, it really just needs to be a thin layer. Let it stand for a minute and then cure that one for 60 seconds. Now when we take this one out, we're going to do the nail test again, just to make sure that it is cured properly. Sometimes I will just cure it for another 60 seconds just to be on the safe side, but this one looks good to go. So shaking off the extra glitter, and then I'm just going to put that to one side and brush off any of the excess glitter from the little robin. Just look how cute this guy looks. Next, we're going to do his eye. So we're going to grab the clear stuff bottle, and this is where that fine tip nozzle comes perfectly into play. So we're going to go straight onto the eye, and I've got my LED light ready in my other hand, and just pour that on. So I want to make like a embossed eye or a raised eye immediately with the light, and I'm going to do that twice. And just look how cute that little eye looks. So you could leave it like this because it looks like it's got a little iris, but I'm just going to paint it black. So I'm just going to use my black. So you can use if you've got the acrylic black paint pens or Sharpie, you can just use that. Just shake your acrylic pen and then just color the eye in with the black, so that you've got a nice big black eye to give it that little cutesy effect. And then all I need to do is just dry the eye. So I'm going to use my heat gun again just to get that dry. And then once that is done, our little guy is complete. I just want to put some white on his little eye just to give him that, what do you call it, little highlight on his eye. It just makes it even cuter if that's on there. I don't know. If you don't want to do that, then don't do it on yours. But I thought that it will look really cute on this one. So I'm just tapping that on, and then that is our little robin completed. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the assembly piece. So grab your oval, remove the protective film from the front, revealing that beautiful snowy effect. Absolutely love this glitter effect. And then grab your vinyl, and we're just going to eyeball where we're going to add the vinyl to this piece, making sure there's enough space left for your robin wherever you want to place your robin. So I think this is a good position. So all I'm going to do now is remove the vinyl's backing sheet, making sure that the vinyl stays on the transfer sheet. It gets a bit confusing, but I think when you have yours in hand, you'll see what I mean, making sure that you pinch to make sure all the letters stay behind. Wish I could work that fast. And now I'm just going to eyeball it and just pop that on. And I'm going to stick the bottom on first. And using my little wallpaper applicator thingamajig, I'm going to just scrape this on from the bottom up, because I don't want to have any bubbles on those letters, making sure that it is nice and adhered to. And then I'm going to pull that transfer sheet away, slowly pressing down on the oval, making sure that all the letters stay behind nicely and none get ripped. And there you go. Next is to put on our little robin, but before I do that, I think I'm going to do the assembly so that I don't damage the little robin. Not that I think it would be, but let's put him to one side and grab the rectangular piece to put at the bottom here, and then also the string that I've included for you. The string is actually the perfect length to make sure everything is balanced, so fold it in half and then cut it, and take one of those half pieces and fold it again and then cut it in half again. Those two pieces will give you the exact same length when you do the bottom piece, so that you don't have to struggle to get them to level out. Then I'm just going to feed those two string pieces through the little holes on both sides. So go with them facing the back, because we want to make the knot in the back. So just do both of those. Once they are both in, turn the piece upside down and then just pull the string through so that you can go ahead to make the knots. So just make sure that they're both there, and then just level them off. Now this bit gets a bit fiddly, so I am speeding mine up, but just take your time and make sure that you get that knot right on the end. So you'll see in a second. So I'm just pulling together, making sure that the two strings are the same length, and then fiddle with it through and make sure the knot is right at the end, because you basically want the knot to be in the same position on both sides. So now go ahead and do the other side as well and place that knot in as well. And once you're done and those knots are in the same position, then you'll see that they are balanced and you don't have to fiddle around with them. Now let's do the top piece. So we're also just going to thread that through from the front to the back. And then once we have that through, we're going to flip this one upside down as well. And then we're going to go ahead and make the little knot on this one as well. And again, guys, just take your time there. I know it can get a bit fiddly, but take your time and just make the knot, and it will be the perfect length. You can, of course, make yours shorter, or you can hang it up with something else if you wanted to. This is just the rope or string that I've included for you. And there we go. So now we can add our little robin, and I'm just using some my hot glue gun, to add the robin to this one. Stick it on in that position that we had it in. I wanted to say practiced it in. Just hold it for a second so it can stick on nicely. And then that is the little home sign done. It is so super easy but so effective. Let me zoom out so you guys can properly see it. There we go. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoy making this one. If you have any questions, just drop them down in the comments below. If you like this one, please do make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every subscription helps. And shout if you need any help, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.